Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Freeman Motorsports. We're about to get the green flag here for the Toyota Save Mart 350 from Sonoma. Just got that in the nick of time before they dropped the green flag. Denny Hamlin leading the field in green with Tyler Eckert is outside. Then Christopher Bell and Ty Gibbs and Trex and tow. The Toyota's looking bad fast here so far. And as they work their way up into turn 2 for the first time here in the Cup Series cars, everybody bumping and banging as they're working at sorting themselves out down the hill into turn 3, then right back up the hill to the top of the track in turn 4. Reddick getting a bit of a bump there from Ty Gibbs, the two Monster Energy sponsored cars going at it. Now they're going down the hill through turn 5, shooting down to turn 6, where we got the big curb to the inside. This is a hard right-hander. Back of the pack, somebody maybe a little bit off the pace. Is that Suarez? Possibly with a bit of a problem there. And Larson moving forward. The Suarez, I think, has got a problem. The 99 looks to be off the pace here in the early going. 99 off the pace. Oh, boy. Daniel Suarez in the race he won a year ago. Problems on the opening lap. Try and get an update there for you. AJ Allmendinger moving forward right now, as well as Michael McDowell. Both of them currently running inside of the top 10 still. Then Chase Elliott, one of the road course aces, and is after being out a week at Gateway, has returned here at Sonoma, trying to get by Chris Buescher into turn 11. But after that, 12 turns around this racetrack, Denny Hamlin will lead lap number 1 at Sonoma. 110 laps the distance here today. Thanks to anybody watching right now. Toyota's looking really strong right now. Got all the top 5 spots locked out. Thanks to everybody watching. I know I'm somehow still alive after streaming all the 24 hours of the Le Mans race earlier. But yeah, we're still here. We're still here. Appreciate anybody watching. Hamlin, Bell, Reddick, Truex, Gibbs, your top 5. Allmendinger in 6th. Then Bush, McDowell, Buescher, Elliott, Kyle, Busch, your top 10. Kyle Larson moving up to 13th after, I believe, starting in the 16th position. And Daniel Suarez trying to get an update on that 99. He has dropped all the way back to 29th. Oh, Daniel Suarez missed a shift right there. That's all. So just missed a shift. So not actually anything, like a issue with the car. Just missed a shift in a costly area on a restart, and that just cost them so much space that they got shuffled out there pretty quickly. So he dropped all the way from 9th at the start of the race to 29th. So he lost 20 spots on the opening lap, and now he's got to work his way back to the front. At the front of the field, though, Hamlin, Bell, Reddick, Truex, Gibbs, your top 5. Kyle Busch under pressure from Austin Dillon for 10th place. Austin Dillon slowly improved his road course racing abilities throughout his Cup Series career, I would say. And now as they shoot their way back through turn 6, already 2.5 laps complete here. And then in terms of stage 1, 25 laps. Remember, no stage cautions. No stage cautions. That adds in a whole nother strategy element. We no longer have people that are spitting right before the stage end, or some people that are staying out for track position or whatever. Thanks to everybody watching right now. Hey, Catherine Young, how are you doing? Thumbs up, thumbs up. Put a poll up in the chat. Thanks to everybody watching. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks to anybody tuning in if you were here for the 24-hour Le Mans stream. Who wins at Sonoma? We'll put Hamlin in the poll. We'll put Elliott. We'll say Larson. And I guess one of the older, or we'll say Reddick. Reddick's a pretty well-known road course racer as of late. And the field is rolling. And thanks to everybody watching right now. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Try to get some momentum going here early on in this stream. Let's get it up to 5 likes, guys. Appreciate anybody watching. We just went live as they dropped the green flag. Kind of last minute. I was out this afternoon. Oh, but further back in the pack, these guys are battling hard. You got William Byron battling with Chase Briscoe. That's just happening ahead of Kevin Harvick. No, Harvick had to check up for Briscoe, and that allowed Justin Haley to sling it up the inside of the 4-car into turn 10. Haley's going to move up to 23rd. Now they're going back to Suarez, who, when he missed the shift. Oh, missed the shift. Oh, boy. And then, yeah, everybody just flies right on by him. Hamlin up to an 0.8 of a second lead over Bell, then another 0.8 back to Reddick in third, and then about half a second back to Truex in fourth. Keeping tabs on any big changes for position. Now everybody's starting to get into the flow of things. Oh, boy. Yeah, missing that shift, though, in the 99. That really kills the motor, getting up to 9,700 RPM there. Stresses the motor more than it needs to be. Thanks to everybody watching. Hey, drop a like and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. We're at 3,483 subscribers on the channel. Oops. We are just, I think, 17 subscribers away from 3,500. Let's get it. All right. Now they're going to cut to commercial break for the first time today. We'll try to keep tabs on things with the leaderboard. Currently 5 laps into the 25-lap opening stage. 110 laps the distance today. Grant Enfinger subbing for the concussed Noah Gragson is making his Cup Series debut in the 42. He currently runs last in the field. Andy Lally makes his return to the Cup Series in the 15 Rick Ware Racing car. He's actually going to be running 5 road courses in the NASCAR Cup Series for Rick Ware Racing throughout this season, so that's a big opportunity for him. But so far really has not shown much pace since the start. Austin Cindric and Ryan Blaney are struggling mightily right now coming out of the gates. Actually got quite a few Fords running pretty low in the running order right now. Yeah, Ryan Blaney and Austin Cindric qualified outside the top 30 and currently run still outside of the top 30. Daniel Suarez starting to make up some positions after losing 20 spots on the opening lap. He's worked his way back up 2 spots to 27th. And looking further up the running order. Not a lot of passing going on right now. Eric Almirola, after winning the Cup Series race, or not Cup Series race, after winning the Xfinity Series race yesterday, fending off Kyle Larson and A.J. Allmendinger. He started 20th. He's up 4 spots to 16th. That was definitely a big momentum and confidence booster for that team. Thanks to anybody watching right now. Hey, we're up to 6 likes. I appreciate it. Hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Let's get this thing up to 10 likes. We kind of went live last minute, so we're not going to, maybe have as many viewers starting off as a result, but all right. You may be wondering how I still have energy after streaming the 24 Hours of Le Mans. I don't really know how I still have energy. Relying on this good old water right here to keep me in it. Woo. There is kind of a mess today. Just hopped in the shower really quick. Maybe that kind of helped me stay awake. That did not really help my hair very much. That's okay, I guess. Thanks to anybody watching right now. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Anyways, I'll stop saying that. We got a couple people. Let me know in the chat who you think is going to get the victory today. Still under commercial break for the first time. Denny Hamlin leads by 1 second over Christopher Bell. Right now, Toyotas have all the top 5 positions. The only Toyota that is not up there is Bubba Wallace. He's back in 21st, and historically, Bubba has kind of struggled at road courses. looking for any passes for position right now. Oh, Ryan Priest getting on the curbs big time through turn 6. Core the Joy moves up a spot, getting by Ryan Priest. I think that was for 17th on the track. And Ricky Stenhouse Jr. getting passed by Alex Bowman for 13th. Actually, Kyle Larson trying to get by Alex Bowman. So Larson's gotten by Bowman. He's up to 12th. Picked up 4 spots since the start. 8 laps into stage number 1, making it 9 laps this time by across the stripe. 1.1 seconds the gap from first to second after 9 laps right now. Then 2.3 seconds the gap to third, 3.6 the gap to fourth, 4.2 the gap to fifth. So everybody's staying somewhat close. Yeah, right now some guys are definitely struggling. Grant Infinger in his first NASCAR Cup Series race hitting 36th. He can only go up from there. Currently running last. Then Cendric and Blaney in 32nd and 33rd. Definitely want more than that. Suarez, after winning this race last year, down in 27th. Brad Keselowski in 26th, but I feel like he's not historically a great road course racer. Truex, the biggest mover since the start of the race, from 8th to 3rd. I didn't realize he picked up that many spots. Actually, no, William Byron is the biggest mover from 26th to 20th. And then Truex is up 5 spots, and Larson, Almirola, and Eric Jones are all up 4 spots each. Yeah, but a lot of these cars, you're definitely going to have to think about using the bumper if you want to pass somebody. Christopher Bell starting to make up some lap time on your leader. Last time by was 0.5 quicker than the leader. Oh, and somebody just kicked up quite a bit of dust there in turn 10. Probably going to see that all throughout the day. Already, though, some guys towards the rear of the field, about 30 seconds off the lead. They're closing in on being a half a lap down, and we are just closing in on halfway through stage 1. And with no stage yellows, you don't want to put yourself a lap down here early on if we have a long green flag run to start off this race. A lot of people don't realize Sonoma is a pretty short road course, especially when you take out the, I don't know, what was the term again, or what was the, I don't quite remember what it was called, but when they don't run through the short chute, whatever way they ran it the previous couple of years, now we've gone back to the short chute. But the short chute makes it a pretty short lap time of only about a minute 20 seconds. Yeah, Bell really putting the pressure on Denny Hamlin for the lead right now. He's within a half a second of your leader. Martin Truex Jr. is also making up time on these top 2. He's a second and a half back. Truex is on the move. We are about to have 3 Joe Gibbs teammates battling for the top 3 spots. Thanks to everybody watching right now. Hey, we've gotten it up to 9 likes. So I appreciate it. Drop a like and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And we've already got over 30 viewers in this one. Trying to keep tabs on who's making up ground on the racetrack. It looks like it's pretty hard to pass right now. Ryan Blaney's gotten by Todd Gilliland for 31st. As Blaney is still struggling quite a bit. Brad Keselowski's gotten by Eric Jones for 25th over the past lap. Oh, Suarez now trying to get by Eric Jones. Jones had picked up 4 spots to start the race, but now he's given 1 back, and he's about to give up another to Suarez down the hill into turn 5. Suarez on the inside of this 43, and now they're going to go through the short chute to turn 6. The hard right-hander. Going to maybe grab some curb. Oh, the 43 misses the turn big time. That's going to allow Zane Smith, who's in the 38 this weekend, to pull up to the bumper of him as now they enter the S's and go down the hill. And they are going to cut to commercial break once again. The laps are just clicking off right now. Martin Truex Jr. has caught up to Christopher Bell. The battle for second place is heating up. Kyle Larson's gotten by Austin Dillon. That is for 11th on the racetrack. Larson, fastest in practice, then bottled his qualifying lap. Ended up starting 16th. He's up 5 spots. He's trying to break into the top 10 before the stage end. Looking further down the running order for any other passes happening on the racetrack. Kevin Harvick's gotten by Justin Haley. That's for 23rd. And those are all the passes that are happening right now. But in terms of the lap difference, at the front of the field, Denny Hamlin ran an 80.9 last time by. And then Grant Enfinger in the 42 ran an 83.5. So 2.5 seconds slower than the leader. That means at that pace, it would take them about 24, 23 laps before they would be putting him a lap down after a restart. So, yeah, lap traffic could play a factor. We saw Larson catching some lap traffic yesterday in the Xfinity race. It didn't really affect him too much, but that race was 30 laps shorter than this one. Thanks to anybody watching right now. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Appreciate it. Let me know in the chat who you think is going to get the victory in the Toyota Save Mart 350s. We are back out in Sonoma. The green flag's still out. Haven't seen the yellow yet in this one. Martin Truex Jr. seems to be the man on the mission as he is all over the bumper of Christopher Bell for second place. The Toyotas, though, seem unstoppable for now, holding the top 5 spots since the drop of the green flag. A.J. Allmendinger runs in 6th, McDowell in 7th, then Chris Buescher in 8th. So some road course ringers, if you will. Not really ringers, but some guys that tend to get the most out of their equipment on the road courses, having good runs once again here today. And Allmendinger able to get by Ty Gibbs over the last lap, so that moves him up into 5th, and that breaks up the quintuplet group of Toyotas at the front of the field. Look out for A.J. Allmendinger, man. These road courses, that's his opportunity to sneak a win. The 16 is way down in the point standings. They're nowhere near a playoff spot right now. Also, Austin Dillon starting to drop back on this run. He was in 11th a couple laps ago. Now he's been shuffled back to 14th, being passed by Larson, Bowman, and Stenhouse. Also, Chastain and Ryan Parise have gotten by Corey LaJoie, putting him back to 19th. Harvick's gotten by Briscoe. He's up to 22nd. Starting to get further into the run, so experiencing more tire fall-off. Tire fall-off definitely plays a role here already. We're just 13 laps into the run, and their lap times for most drivers are about 2-3 seconds slower than what they're running at the start of the run. And Truex has gotten by Bell through turn 6. He's up to second place now. But it had taken him quite a while to get by Bell, so now the gap from him to Hamlin is 2.5 seconds, just about. I'm trying to keep tabs on any other passes happening. I want to give you guys the most information that I can. In terms of the lap time, last time by, Hamlin ran an 80.8, which was the fastest lap of anybody on the racetrack. But then throughout your top 5, Truex ran 81.1, Bell at 81.4, Reddick an 81.4, Allmendinger an 81.5, Gibbs an 81.6. Trying to see anybody else that's running fast. Larson at 81.5, Elliott at 81.6. Nobody else really in that same time bracket, though, besides those guys. Now we're getting past the halfway point in stage number 1, 11 to go in the stage. And yeah, I think lap traffic could definitely make things interesting here. As you already have about 3 or 4 guys that are half a lap down to your leaders. I don't think they will play a factor in the end of this stage. But if we have a long green flag run for the opening 30, 35 laps, lap traffic could definitely play a factor here at Sonoma, which you wouldn't typically think to be the case. Chase Elliott getting to the bumper of Chris Buescher now. That's the battle for 8th position. He's starting to catch up to him. Further back, Larson catching up to Kyle Busch for 10th. Last time by, Truex was making up some time there on Hamlin for quite a bit, but now the last couple laps, Hamlin's been steadily quicker than the 19 car. Last year, the Toyotas were really, really slow here at Sonoma, but they have certainly changed. They have flipped the story. What's the table? What's the story? Is it like, or the analogy? They flipped the tables, I guess. It seems like they found some pace. Elliott looking to the inside of Buescher into turn 11. Not going to be able to get there, but will give the 17 a bit of a shot there at the apex. Thanks everybody watching right now. William Byron's gotten by Corey LaJoie. Now LaJoie's been shuffled back to 20th. He's starting to lose some time on this long run. Harvick's gotten by Bubba Wallace for 21st. And right now, Hamlin up 3.5 seconds over his teammate Martin Truex Jr. Bell, 4.5 seconds back in third. Reddick 6 seconds back in fourth. And AJ Allmendinger, the first Chevrolet, 7.6 seconds back in fifth. And then Gibbs, 8.6 seconds back in sixth. The first Ford is McDowell, almost 10 seconds off the lead in seventh. Then he's got Buescher behind him, Chase Elliott behind him, and Kyle Larson's going to get by Kyle Busch. And that moves Larson into the top 10 for the first time today. Now there's a pretty healthy margin between Larson and Elliott. The gap from 9th to 10th. There's 5 seconds in between them, so probably not going to see Larson catch back up to those guys before the end of this stage. Whoa! Elliott gives a bit of a shot to the back of the 17. All right. Thanks to everybody watching right now. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe if you have not already. Going to be keeping you guys updated as best as we can. Welcome to Freeman Motorsports. Andrew Tuggle, ravioli, give me the Almiroli. Oh, we got the Eric Almirola people. Thanks to everybody watching right now. Thanks for everybody watching right now. We're up to 10 likes. Appreciate it. Colin Freeman. What do I think are the differences between Sonoma and Watkins Glen? Well, first off, Sonoma, has quite a bit more elevation change. It's not near as high speed. Watkins Glen, you have passing zones into turn 1, into the bus stop, and then I guess into those final 2 turns are also kind of passing zones. Whereas I would say at Sonoma, it's really the main passing zones are turn 11 and turn 7. You could pull off a pass in other spots, but it's really tricky to do that. So I would just say Sonoma's a bit more tricky, if that makes sense. And it's a slower track. Watkins Glen is a very high-speed road course as far as road courses go. In terms of lap time, Denny Hamlin running an 81.2. Truex in second ran 81.4. And then the only other drivers in the 81, McDowell ran an 81.4. Larson ran an 81.3. So I think Larson's got a fast car. He's just not got the track position right now as he's all the way back in 10th. He's kind of maintaining his 15-second gap between him and Hamlin. But obviously he's 15 seconds behind him, so I don't think he's going to be able to make up time like that unless we see a caution or maybe if this thing goes green all the way to the finish. Oh, Ryan Blaney with some sort of problem. He's gone 2 laps down. We are currently under commercial break, so I'm not sure what happened with him, but all of a sudden he's 2 laps down. He was already running off the pace in 30th, but the Penske car is really struggling. Oh, and oh boy. So multiple problems here. Ryan Blaney trying to pit here early, and Ryan Blaney busted for speeding when he did pit. Oh boy. So they try to do they're already off the pace, so they try and, I don't know, do an alternate strategy by hitting pit road, and they are speeding on pit road, so that puts them, actually not 2 laps down, but it puts them 1 lap down. Then Brad Keselowski has also hit pit road, and Zane Smith will also join him on pit road. So green flag pit stops are kind of starting further back in the pack. Guys that aren't really in position to score stage points, maybe trying to do an alternate strategy here. There is quite a bit of tire fall off. Right now, there's about 3.5 seconds of tire fall off, so that's pretty good margin right there. If you come a lap or two before the people you're running around, you could make up 3 to 7 seconds on the racetrack. Now, last time by, Kyle Larson down in 10th was, I believe, the fastest car on the racetrack. So, look out now. Kyle Larson on the move. Keep tabs on anybody else that decides to dive into pit road here. I'd still say if we have a green flag run that goes for about 40 laps to start off this race, there will be multiple drivers that are a lap or multiple laps down. Also, AJ Allmendinger looking for a pass, I think, on Tyler Reddick, and he is going to get it down there in turn 11. AJ Allmendinger making some good moves right now, and Tyler Reddick also able to get by McDowell, I should say, able to get by Tyler Reddick. So McDowell is up to 5th. Yeah. Right now, I would say this is going to be really interesting because Larson, I think, has the fastest car, but he's all the way back in 10th and 15 seconds off the lead. Truex also starting to make up a little bit of time on the leader. I don't know, last time by he was 0.6 slower than Hamlin. He's 4 seconds off him for the lead. 5 laps to go currently in stage 1. Will be 4 to go next time by at the line. And Daniel Suarez will hit pit road this last time by, and I think Harrison Burton as well. Hold on just a moment. Thanks to everybody watching right now. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Oh, brother. And we just had a bit of a water spill. Kyle Busch will come into pit from 11th on the racetrack. Knew he wasn't going to score stage points, and now he's trying to do a bit of a short pitch strategy here before the stage end. We'll see if anybody else decides to go with, and that's the highest car that is pitted so far. We're going to have to try and pick up some of this water here. Oh boy, the mouse as well. Didn't even see that. Oh, Ty Gibbs now starting to lose spots as by the dozen, or not by the dozen. He's starting to lose multiple spots as Chris Buescher's now getting by the 54. So these Toyotas starting to get shuffled out a little bit. They ran in the top 5 for the opening 15 laps or so. Then Allmendinger was able to pick off one and then able to pick off another. And now he's bringing Buescher, McDowell, and soon to be Elliott and Larson through with him. Okay. Water has been, I think, picked up for the most part. Thanks to everybody watching right now. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. We got About 10 people in here. Appreciate it. 50% of you guys think Denny Hamlin's going to win the race as of right now. 20% say Elliott, 20% say Larson, and 10% say Reddick. Still under commercial break here. The only problems we've seen on the racetrack for anybody so far, Ryan Blaney pitted and then was speeding on pit road under green, so he's going to have a pass-through penalty, and he will definitely be in jeopardy of going 2 laps down possibly, but wow. The Penske and Wood Brothers cars do not seem to have almost any pace today. Cindric, Burton, Blaney all 1 lap down already after their first set of green flag stops. They're the only cars that are a lap down to the leader as of right now. But your leader will start working lap traffic here pretty soon. We're seeing a couple of guys that are outside the top 10 that aren't in position to score stage points hit pit road. Even Kyle Larson, actually, who was in the top 10, hit pit road, so he decided to sacrifice his one possible stage point, which I'm not too surprised by that. I think Chase Elliott is also hitting pit road. Yeah, a couple people are diving in from inside of the top 10 that maybe already have a win or are thinking about winning the overall race rather than picking up a couple of stage points. Right now, it's Hamlin, Truex, Bell, Allmendinger, and McDowell, your top 5. We'll see where this all shuffles out. But my measure for where the rear of the field the rear of the field is, Grant Enfinger was running last before this cycle of stops, and he is down in 29th right now, 60 seconds off of Denny Hamlin, who has not pitted either. So with 2 to go in the stage, the pit road does not close, but you have Larson, Elliott. Those are some guys from inside the top 10 who have pitted. Excuse me. Yeah, with 2 to go in the stage, probably not going to see too many guys pull off that aren't in the top 10 right now, or that are in the top 10 right now, and get tires. We'll see, though, this time they'll be coming down into turn 11. But, yeah, basically, you're pitting at this point, you're almost thinking like a short pit strategy here. Larson, meanwhile, has caught up to Chase Elliott. That 5 car is on the move as they go down through the S's. I feel like I'm watching the 24-hour of Le Mans once again in this yellow Corvette trying to chase down the GTE cars after being 3 laps down. He had about, he had like 16 hours to make up 3 laps, and he was about a second or 2 seconds lap faster and was just slowly able to make up that time. Hamlin out front right now by 3 seconds. Bell out over Truex. Then Bell 9.5 seconds back in third. Allmendinger 11 seconds back in fourth. It's currently the final lap in stage number 1. Denny Hamlin. I'm not sure how many. Oh, Larson goes wide there in turn 2. And into turn 11 for the final time in stage number 1. Denny Hamlin will collect the green and white checkered flag and the playoff point in 10 points? Yeah, 10 points and the 1 playoff point. Truex second. Bell in third. Allmendinger down in fourth. McDowell across the line fifth. Then Reddick, Busher, Gibbs, Bowman, and Stenhouse collects 1 stage point. LaJoy comes up just short of stage points in 11th. The pit stop still cycling through right now. Now these top 10, or anybody who has not pitted yet, there's really no point in staying out longer. Unless maybe you're trying to do a 3-stop strategy. Or I guess you could do a 2-stop strategy, but I'd imagine there's just too much tire fall off. And you would need it to go caution-free. Eric Jones into pit. Now, yeah, Denny Hamlin will pit from the lead this time by. It'll be interesting to see how much time he gave up to Elliott and Larson, who came down earlier and have the fresher tires, I should say. And yep, here come your top two. I'd be surprised if anybody stays out here. Top 4 have all pitted, top 5 have all pitted. Yeah, everybody's going to be coming down pit road. 4 tires and fuel. And your top 10 have all pitted from stage 1. Bowman's getting by, well, that's all in the pit lane, so that passing's not really passing. And we'll see where everybody merges back out together. Hamlin is exiting pit road just as Elliott is crossing the start-finish line. We'll see what the gap looks like now. Larson, I just saw fly by ahead of Christopher Bell, so they have really leapfrogged quite a few guys. Larson and Elliott were in 10th and 9th before these pit stops, and it looks like now they are going to be up into maybe 2nd and 3rd or 3rd and 4th. So it looks like that leapfrog strategy is working out well for them. Yeah, it's Hamlin, Truex, Elliott, Larson, your new top 4. So Elliott and Larson able to leapfrog about 6 positions each with this strategy. Now, they won't have as fast of tires, theoretically, after a couple of laps as the guys they're racing around, but at least for now, they're able to catch some cars off. But now we'll see what who is stuck a lap down, I guess, if that's the best way of putting it. I think everybody has pitted now after this last lap. Still the green flag out. Already 27 laps complete, 83 to go. I'm trying to do some quick math right now, because the TV window for this race is all the way till 7. But right now, it seems like this race is flying by. Obviously, we have not had any cautions. But, I mean, Sonoma historically really didn't have many cautions besides the stage cautions. I mean, honestly, if this thing goes green, it'll be over by, like, 5:45. And there'll still be an hour and a half, like, in the TV window. Thanks to everybody watching, though, right now. Hey, NASCAR guy and Corn Dog, how you doing? It's been a while. It has been a minute. Well, I've just been pretty dormant on here, but that's because there's so many bots streaming the race on Sundays, and there's so many bots streaming it right now that, yeah, I can't even really contend. I just decided to hop on here because why not? I mean, thanks to the couple of people that are sticking it out on here. Appreciate it. Thanks to everybody watching. Okay, so in terms of the running order, it's Hamlin now, then Truex 1.7 seconds back, Elliott 5.4 seconds back. Bell is actually in the middle of Elliott and Larson, 6.5 seconds back. Larson 7.1 seconds back. Then Kyle Busch in 6th, Allmendinger in 7th, McDowell 8th, Reddick 9th, and Chris Buescher in 10th. And the running leaderboard is kind of messed up right now. Yeah, I'd say right now it looks like we are maybe about 6-7 laps away from your leaders catching up to the rear of the field, and lap traffic all of a sudden becoming a factor or player. And in terms of your overall running order, Hamlin, Truex, Elliott, Bell, Larson, your top 5. Then Allmendinger, Busch, McDowell, Reddick, Buescher, your top 10. Gibbs, Logano, Bowman, Austin, Dillon, Byron, your top 15. Chastain, Keselowski, Stenhouse, Almirola, Harvick, your top 20. Then Priest, Suarez, Zane Smith, LaJoie, Briscoe, your top 25. Haley, Blaney, Walicki, Burton, Ty Dillon, your top 30. Then Wallace, Jones, Cindric, Gilliland, Enfinger, and Lally round out your field. And yeah, it It looks like Andy Lally and Grant Enfinger are about to go lap down over this next lap. And then there's a bit of a gap to the next cars that are still on the lead lap. Thanks to everybody watching right now. Yeah, I mean, it's not like, I understand like why people would want to watch that, or like why, I don't know. It's frustrating, but I mean, there's nothing I really can do. Yeah, well, I have to go. Happy to see you back. Well, thanks. Yeah, good to see you. I don't know, maybe when it switches to NBC, it'll change. That's really my only hope, to be honest with you. And nobody streams the Xfinity races, but then again, there are not as many people looking to watch the Xfinity races, so I might just stream Xfinity going forward. We'll see. Hamlin in first, Truex second, Elliott third, Bell fourth, Larson fifth. Trying to see Bell looking to get by Chase Elliott here. He's pulling on him into turn 11. He's going to look low. Is he going to make a pass? Nope, not going to make a pass right there. Oh, he might give him a bit of a tough. Oh, he's going to get the tires squirreled around on the 9 car. Right now, Bell is letting Elliott know that he is there. Right now, Truex starting to make up some big gains on your leader, Denny Hamlin, as they go down the hill into turn number 5. To everybody watching. Yeah, the Toyota started off first through 5th, except for Bubba Wallace, who is back in traffic. But slowly they're starting to get picked apart by these Chevrolets. You got Elliott up at 3rd, Larson in 5th, Allmendinger 6th, Busch 7th. Really, the Fords are not making much of a presence right now. Other than, McDowell, Busch, or Logano are the only Fords inside of the top 15. Appreciate anybody watching right now. Closing in on 100 viewers since the start of this one. And this race is just flying by. Already over 30 laps complete. Stage 2 is 30 laps, and we've got 7 in the books. Hamlin already won Stage 2. And it looks like, yeah, lap traffic about to be a factor as your leaders are catching up to Andy Lally and Grant Enfinger as they go up the hill into turn 4. Lap traffic definitely going to play a factor here, I think. Andy Lally making his first Cup start, and I think definitely his first next-gen start. His first Cup start in quite some time. Grant Enfinger making his Cup Series debut, filling in for Noah Gragson. Now we'll see if the dirty air even affects the 11 going down the hill. And ahead of him, it looks like Andy Lally all over the bumper Enfinger. He might make a pass, and if they're side by side, that'll give Hamlin nowhere to go, and it'll definitely slow him down. And Truex looking to the inside of Hamlin, this time into turn 11. Not going to be there. Further up, though. Oh, but Hamlin's going to miss it at the apex. Open the door for Truex. It's a drag race through turn 12. The 11 has the inside. If Truex can hang it on the outside as we come up the hill into turn 2, he'll have the preferred lane. And there you go. Truex holding his own up the hill to turn 2. Now he's got the preferred line. And Truex is your new leader through turn 2. Hamlin looking for the crossover, but now he's going to have the not preferred line once again as they go into turn 3. If he can hold it there up the hill into turn 4, which he does. Preferred line for the 11. Can't quite hold it over the hill. And there you go, Martin Truex Jr. to the lead. And these leaders are going at it right now. Martin Truex Jr. taking over the lead for the first time today. Started 8th, and now he's out front as we go down the S's. Hamlin drops back to 2nd. Dylan Trains, how are you doing? Right now, I mean, Martin Truex Jr. is looking like a man on a mission. Looking at the lap times, or well, these aren't going to indicate our lap time amongst your leaders because they are just battling each other. So we'll wait on that. But yeah, lap traffic about to be a factor as your leaders trying to catch up to Andy Lally and Grant Enfinger. Then there's a pretty big gap to the next lapped cars, which would be Todd Gilliland, Austin Cindric, Harrison Burton. Thanks to everybody watching right now. All right. So, still no cautions yet in this one. 33 laps complete, or 34 laps complete now. 76 laps to go. We've had one official lead change as Denny Hamlin led the opening 33 laps, and now Truex is taking the lead from his teammate and is growing his lead. Now it's up to 0.7 seconds. Bell back in third has gone ahead of Chase Elliott. He is 5.5 seconds back off the lead. Elliott in fourth, 6.3 seconds off the lead. And Kyle Larson started 16th. He's up to fifth, 7 seconds off the lead. Then A.J. Allmendinger, where he started, I believe, 7.5 seconds back from the leader. Then McDowell, Kyle Busch, Reddick, and Buescher round out your top 10. Daniel Suarez, who won this race a year ago, missed a shift on the opening lap and dropped from 9th to 29th, and he has had a slow and long recovery, but he has worked his way back up to 22nd, slowly picking off drivers here and there. It is certainly hard to pass out there today, so he is certainly having to earn it, but the 99 looks pretty quick today. But Grant Enfinger and Andy Lally both one lap down here in the early going. The next car for your leaders to catch and put a lap down is the 51 of Todd Gilliland, then the 2 of Austin Cindric, and the 21 of Harrison Burton. Still under commercial breaks here today. After doing the 24-hour Le Mans stream, I mean, I'll be honest, this stream almost feels like nothing. It feels like it's flying by. Already 35 laps in. Stage 2, 30 laps. Already 10 laps in. I believe these drivers can run to the end of the stage on their current fuel load. Not sure if they will run all the way to the end of the stage. Some people might try and short pit once again and sacrifice stage points to gain time on the track. We saw Larson and Elliott do that, and they picked up about 8 seconds or so on the field by doing that. If you're in the top 10 and you don't really need stage points, it might be worth, losing a couple spots to pick up a couple points. Okay. Truex is leading now up to 1.4 seconds over Denny Hamlin. 5.9 seconds back to Bell in third. 7.2 back to Elliott. 7.8 to Larson. Truex has led the most laps at Sonoma of any active driver. We are going to end the poll and swap out some new names. Okay, here we go. Truex. This is going to be Truex. Say Truex, Hamlin, Elliott, or Larson. Larson sounds like, according to Cliff Daniels, is faster than everybody through turns 2 through 7. That's where he can make up the ground and put himself in a position to make a pass. And right now he's closing up on his teammate. And he's got to make a pass quick because A.J. Allmendinger is on the move as well in 6th place. Allmendinger ran behind Larson yesterday. He's not going to be content to do that 2 days in a row. Got 8 people watching right now. I appreciate it. And Todd Gilling gets by Austin Cindric on the last lap. He's up to 33rd. Austin Cindric, historically kind of known as a good road course racer, but man, the Penske cars must have just completely missed the setup because he is just running in 34th off of raw speed. And Ryan Blaney even runs in 31st off of raw speed, but I think he's finally found some pace because he even had a pass-through penalty and is able to run in 31st still. Man, right now it is so excruciatingly hard to pass. I think the biggest strategy is just figuring out when you can get on pit road and get some clean air ahead of you, so that way you can make the most of fresh tires. Thanks to everybody watching right now. So it sounds like Larson and Elliott were saying they might run another 28 to 29 laps on this stint. And if they pitted on lap 20, that means they would be coming in on a lap around, say, 40, 48, 49. Lap 50 maybe. Kevin Harvick currently runs in 19th. Having just a typical Harvick day. I think they started in 24th. He's picking up a couple spots. Truex out front now by 1.2 seconds. Bell 7.1 seconds back. Elliott 8.4 seconds back. Then Larson 9.1. Allmendinger 9.6. And it just seems like it's too hard to pass at this race today. I'm interested to see. I'm going to look around on social media real quick to see if that's a consensus or not. We had that good pass for the lead, but other than that, it really hasn't been that interesting in terms of back and forth. Hold on just a moment. Dang, looking at people looking on social media, trying to see what people think about this race. Trying to see anybody making up ground or dropping down the running order. Bubba Wallace continuing to struggle at road courses in his career. I mean, he's about to get passed by Josh Bilicki in the 78 car for 27th. Ty Dillon not too far behind. So when you're getting passed by those guys, you know you are struggling. Daniel Suarez really has not been able to make up too much time back on his mistake from the first lap. Fell back to 29th. It's only worked his way up to 23rd. His teammate Chastain runs in 16th. Trackhouse cars have not had great pace recently. Thanks to everybody watching right now. Looking at the poll, 50% say Hamlin, 50% say Larson. Over 100 viewers in this one. I appreciate it. Okay. Right now, it's just, man, there have been more commercials than racing, like, to be completely honest with you. Somebody's going to should break that down. I'm sure there is somebody out there that does the stats on how many commercials there are, but there have quite literally been more commercials than racing. And yeah, Josh Bilicki and Ty Dillon Oh, wait, never mind. Thought there was a pass that happened there. Oh, Keselowski, I think, has hit pit road. Making another stop in that 6 car. Trying to do that short pitch strategy. It looks like he's coming every 20 laps right now. I think that's just what you got to do is put yourself out there on fresh tires. That's the only way you can make up real ground, it looks like. It's not really worth it staying out and collecting the stage points unless you really need them. If I was Larson Elliott, I would probably come in about 3 or 4 laps. But, I mean, Allmendinger, I would stay out, collect some big stage points. Same thing with, McDowell, Buescher. Those guys right in the mix of those of that playoff cut line battle. And the driver that came into this race above the cut line was the 99 of Daniel Suarez. So, and yes, Keselowski's now coming back out of the pit lane. So, the distance till your leaders start to catch some lap traffic as Truex is going through turn 2. Austin Cindric is entering turn 3. So, only about 3 or 4 seconds. They got like the track map with little dots representing the cars going around right now. I really wish we had that track map available somewhere online. I could watch that all day. Yeah, coming into the day, Suarez just 6 points to the good over Bowman. And yeah, already I think Bowman might have picked up like 1 or 2 stage points in stage 1. But further back, Ty Gibbs, I know, picked up quite a few stage points in stage 1. McDowell has picked up quite a few stage points. He came into the race 35 points below the cut line. Allmendinger is 53 points below the cut line, but he got big stage points as well. And then Chris Buescher is 86 above the cut line. He's just building his cushion. Austin Cindric, though, came into the day 33 points below it, and he has just run terrible. He's only giving points to the cut line right now. He's bleeding points. LaJoie's running pretty mediocre today, as well as Justin Haley. Those are some guys right below the cut line. Oh my gosh, you just cannot pass for anything right now. If I'm a team, I'm just like, please, get me to pit road. Get me to pit road. Give me some clean air somewhere. On pit road, currently you cannot pass at all if you're on even tires, pretty much, unless you are like just on fire. Now we're pretty bunched up here, though. Elliott, Larson, Allmendinger all running nose to tail as they enter the S's. And I think Austin Cindric's hit pit road as well as Harrison Burton. And so your leaders have put them each a lap down, but then once this all cycles out, they'll probably be ahead of the leaders, actually. Still have not seen a yellow flag, and we are 43 laps into this one. In terms of the end of stage 1 ends in 12 laps on lap 55. Truex now out front by 2 seconds over Hamlin, 10 seconds over Bell, 11 seconds over Elliott, 12 seconds over Larson and Allmendinger. Then McDowell, Buescher, Reddick, Gibbs, your top 10. And Kyle Busch will come into pit. He was one of the first pitters in the previous wave, or in the previous cycle of stops, and now he's kicking off this second cycle as well. Try not to yawn too much right now. Thanks for watching. Okay, so they're going to cut to commercial break once again because really there's no action on the track, which is kind of a bummer. But Sonoma is technically, I feel like, one of the slightly more like lackluster races in terms of action, if you will, on the schedule. I feel like it's more so just a really hard driving. The only thing that really stinks is when you got the only thing that really stinks is when you have a race where it's hard to pass. There you go. Looking around real quick. So thank you to the 120 of y'all that have tuned in at some point today. Okay, hold up. Hey, looking at the leaderboard. Now Todd Gill and Daniel Suarez have pitted. Austin Dillon, I think, has hit pit road. In terms of your leaders, nobody from the top 10 has pitted yet. And we are 10 to go in the stage right now. Hamlin making up ground on Truex. They're kind of each giving and taking a couple tenths. That might just be Truex having to work a lap traffic here and there. Still have not seen the yellow flag at any point. Only have had 2 lap leaders, one lead change. But that was between Hamlin giving the lead, or not giving the lead, but Truex taking the lead from Hamlin. Hey, we got 11 people in here right now. Appreciate it. Drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Things have stayed, honestly, pretty calm. We've had good racing here and there. It is really hard to pass today in the Cup cars. No caution flags yet in this one. Some struggle bus people are Blaney and Cindric have run really slow. Harrison Burton, Grant Enfinger, those guys all been off the pace. Suarez made a mistake early on that put them behind the 8 ball and are basically taking them out of contention of going back-to-back at Sonoma. Still nobody from the top 10 has hit pit road. It feels weird to say this, but lap traffic has been a slight factor here on the road course. It's currently off a raw pace, even if you look just back to 12th overall in the field. Chastain in 12th, over half a lap behind your leader. McDowell's on the move. He's gotten by Allmendinger, and now he's on looking to make a pass on Larson. Larson's going to just let him go. Interesting call there by Larson to let the 34 get around him. Harvick will hit pit road from inside the top 20. I think Larson's going to want to come and hit pit road here soon. I think they were looking to stretch it 28, 29 laps since their last stop, according to Cliff Daniels, which will put them right about lap 50. They're on lap 47 right now, but they are losing time, so I maybe think about coming in here unless it affects the strategy too much. Larson will not come in this time, but Allmendinger is going to make a move to the inside of the 5 into turn 11. And A.J. Allmendinger's got spot number 6 from Larson. Oh boy. Uh-oh. Somebody has hit the tires. Somebody has hit the tires on the stack. That's the second to last off turn 11 exit, knocking them back. It's kind of just widening out the racetrack right there. I'm interested to see if they'll move those back. McDowell on the move now gets by Elliott. He's up to 4th. Larson are really struggling right now in this run. Oh boy. Oh, Larson coming to pit this time. Nope, not going to come yet. He is losing all sorts of time, though. Mixed strategies right now between the 5 and the 9. Larson on Cliff Daniels sounded like they were going to be pitting with 5 to go in the stage, which is 2 laps from now. And Elliott was going to run through the end of the stage. And there's some serious lap traffic running ahead of Truex not too far up the course. Suarez, Zane Smith, Ryan Blaney, Eric Jones, all bottled neck together. That could certainly spice things up. William, I think they should run the track backwards to switch things up. It would be fun to watch. I think that could be very interesting. You have them going down the hill from turn 2? I guess it would now be turn 11. That number, turn 2, we'll say. When they're going up the hill on the start, if they were going down that, coming back, I'm sure that's some pretty steep, that's a steep incline right there. So that could definitely make some cars get out of control. That'd actually be kind of fun to watch. I don't think they would ever do that. Appreciate everyone watching. Drop a like and subscribe if you have not already. On our way to 3,500 subscribers. And the yellow flag is out. Ugh. I was kind of glad. Now I just... Okay, this kind of eliminates all the strategy now. Or well, no, I feel like this does kind of make it interesting. Now you can go... What? NASCAR throws a fake yellow flag. Let's go. That's typical. Not too surprised by that, but... Fake yellow from NASCAR for loose wheel on pit road. In the past, they've allowed teams to run out and get that loose wheel. I'm pretty sure. Interested to see where this goes. Not sure whose tire that is. Maybe we can get an update. Oh boy. Tire came from the 38 car, Zane Smith. I just don't like this. I feel like that's just a fake caution. I really don't like that at all, actually. There have been times when that's not been a yellow. Especially on a pit road where there's a pit road wall. Not like just, it's a, infield there where you could get hit. And it wasn't even like it was all the way against the wall. It was maybe like 10 feet away from a pit stall. I don't... Oh, boy. They better throw this yellow every time a wheel goes out into the pit road now. Oh, boy. I mean, if that's how that would have worked, then any time a gas can or something got dragged out of a pit stall, that should have been a caution. Because, I mean, I know there's been plenty of times where gas cans been dragged out of a stall and the team has just picked it up and no caution has ever come out. Because, I mean, the pit wall, the tire was like maybe 3 or 4 feet away from the pit stall. They're like, oh, we're unhappy with the fact that this race has gone green so long. I feel like that's unacceptable. Fun yellow flag. But I don't know, what do you expect? We expect too much, I feel like, from the sanctioning body of a sport. Expect them to be consistent. But obviously that's impossible for some reason. Just trying to look around, see what people say. I've seen if people agree with the fact that this is kind of a fake yellow, if you will. But there are definitely going to be a couple cars that hit pit road before this that will now leapfrog all the way to the front. That will be the big winners. Okay. And oh, this looks like gas. Was that gas only on the 20? I couldn't quite tell there. Maybe they did 4 tires and I was just not paying close enough attention. So they are going to get a restart in here, it looks like, with maybe like 1 to go in the stage. So we'll have a sprint to the end of the stage. That'll make it interesting here. Oh boy, Larson lost a spot on pit road. Gibbs picked up 2. Busher picked up 2. Hamlin dropped 2. McDowell up to 3rd. How about that? Oh my goodness. I know, that caution flag, this is just so bad. That's actually kind of painful. That just feels like one of the most worstly manipulated yellows I've seen in quite some time. I mean, with a pit wall. I mean, if there's no pit wall, then yes, you can make the case this is a yellow because somebody could somehow come spinning, through the infield or whatever. I mean, there's no infield here, but come through the infield, and you don't want to put somebody in that position. But like by that same math, I mean, if they're gonna come sliding through and hit a tire on pit road, they're most likely gonna slide through and hit somebody that's just standing at their pit stall. So then you're like, oh. I mean, anyways, I don't really know what I was trying to go with there with that, but that tire being on a contained pit road, and it's not like there are like a bunch of cars flying down the pit lane. It's not even all the way up against the wall. I mean, it's literally would take, especially somebody that's like a pit crew member, somewhat of an athlete, probably about 4 seconds to go and retrieve that tire. Oh boy. Yeah, people are all over Twitter like, God forbid that we have a caution-free race. NASCAR had to find some reason to throw yellow. I do think it is interesting. People are saying, yeah, this is what we should expect. If they get rid of the stage yellows, they're going to try and find any random reason to throw a yellow because now they don't have guaranteed yellow flags. Oh boy. Okay. I don't know. I feel so like kind of disrupted by that caution flag. I know I'm kind of getting hung up on it at this point, but all right, all right. And so, thanks everybody watching right now. I don't think that was even for commercials. That was just to bunch the field back together because they did not like a long green flag run where people actually came and went. Now at the front of the field are some people that already made their pit stops, and they kind of are in the right spot at the right time, if you will. Kyle Busch, Logano, Byron, Chastain, Austin Dillon, Stenhouse, Keselowski, Harvick, Suarez. Your top 9 have all already pitted before that caution came out and are kind of the big winners. I mean, Busch, Logano, Byron, Chastain, Austin Dillon, Keselowski, I believe they all pitted pretty early before this yellow. Harvick and Suarez, I think, came in more recently before the yellow, so they're not going to have as much tire fall off, but some of these guys should be a second or 2 seconds slower than the guys on completely fresh tires with the tire fall off we've seen. And the free pass went to, or actually, we probably saw some guys take the wave around. 31 was the free pass. Some other people took the wave around. The 15 and the 38, the only car still 1 lap down. Everybody's still in this race. 53 laps complete, 3 to go in stage 2. We're going to get restarted, I believe, next time by in stage 2. Or, we're going this time. So we'll have 2 to go in stage 2 when we get the green flag. Thanks everybody watching right now. And thanks everybody watching. The green flag back out with 2 to go. Kyle Busch on the inside, Logano on the outside. Good restart for Busch as they go up the hill further back. Now it's Truex and McDowell and Bell going to work their way through these guys on old tires. Kyle Busch already pulled away by about 2 car lengths off of turn 2 down to turn 3. Byron and Logano's door to door. They're going to touch just a bit now up the hill into turn 4. Logano bumping that 24. They are really sliding that thing around. Oh, the 47 is going to drop a wheel off there, and he's going to lose some momentum. Now down into turn 5. Kyle Busch has set sail on that number 8 car. And right now, Truex really has not been able to make up any position since the restart. Here we are into turn 6. This is usually a big congestion point. Oh, and Byron's going to lose it off of turn 6. And oh, Chastain gets squeezed by Logano. That could have been tight. I'm surprised Chastain backed out. If we get a restart like this later on, if that's Chastain or even somebody else, they're just going to keep that nose in there, and they're going to allow Logano to just go out there and dump himself. Now here we come down to turn 11, another big braking zone here. Oh, Austin Dillon all over the back of Stenhouse. Really drove through the back of him there. Oh, now he's going to throw a block here on the 4. And yeah, after 1 lap, the fresh tires not making a huge difference. Final lap now in stage 2. And Truex trying to get by Harvick for 7th place. He's only picked up 2 spots in basically 1 lap. Oh, lockup up the hill into turn 2. That's going to allow McDowell to have a run to the inside of the 19 as they go into turn 3. And McDowell's going to let the 19 go right there. But that lockup could affect the handling of that tire on a long run. That 34 McDowell's on the move. Keep an eye out. Just last year, he finished 3rd place, I think, in this race. That lockup, that was a pretty hefty lockup there through turn 2. He slid it for at least about a second or 2. Well, here comes Kyle Busch through the S's into turn 10 for the final time in stage number 2. Kyle Busch, a stage winner, once again in the NASCAR Cup Series. Most likely, he only has 2 more turns to go. Now Bell looking to the inside of Harvick. That is for 9th place. And now Harvick looks like he'll end up with the final point in the stage. Busch wins stage 2, then Logano, Chastain, Byron, Stenhouse, your top 5. Austin Dillon, Truex, McDowell, Bell, and Harvick, your top 10. Busch are the first one to miss out on stage points. Oh boy, I think Larson has a fast car, but just can't find his way to the front right now. Goodness gracious. We'll see where this one goes now. Okay. Hold on a moment. Got 17 people watching right now. I appreciate it. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe if you're new. Under the green flag, stage 2 just ended. Remember, no stage cautions anymore on the road courses. Kyle Busch out front by a second and a half over Logano. Then Chastain, Byron, Stenhouse, Dillon, Truex, McDowell, Bell. Oh, never mind. This is all jumbled up now. Kyle Busch, Logano, Chastain, Byron, Stenhouse, top 5. Then Truex, McDowell, Bell, Austin Dillon, Buescher, your top 10. I am keeping my eyes on Michael McDowell for the upset right now. That caution really helped the 822, 124, 47, the 3, the 99. Gave those guys, and the 4, gave those guys a shot to pick up some track position. And so since we got restarted with about 55 laps to go, 57 laps to go, you're most likely just going to see everybody split the stage in half. You might see somebody run along and hope for a caution. You might see somebody try and split it into thirds. I mean, that's kind of what we saw in the first 2 stages. I mean, if we didn't have that yellow and it went green all the way, I mean, that would have really changed the overall strategy outlook of the race. But everybody already pitted once, and that was around like lap 20, 22, and then they're going to pit again around lap 50, 55. But I think everybody will just stretch it a bit farther to lap 25 or so in this run, and then just pit that one time and split the stage in half. Frankly, this is a very fast-moving race right now. Laps just ticking by. Thanks to anybody watching right now. Appreciate it. Oh, are you kidding me? Are we not getting any audio or something? I could have sworn. I would be very shocked. I thought we had audio. Oh, no, we have audio. Okay, I thought I just got an update that we did not have any audio. Okay, Truex does have the fastest lap of the race, but last time by at least he had the fastest lap. McDowell was right on him, as well as Busch, Bell. Those guys were all very close in terms of lap time. Truex has now gotten by Stenhouse for 5th. McDowell also trying to get that pass pulled off. But after today, Michael McDowell has really had a solid points day, scoring points in both of the stages and putting himself on a trajectory, especially with how poor Suarez has run. After this race, McDowell, LaJoie caught that tire there big time, that tire stack in turn 11. anyways, 35 laps to go, or not 35 laps to go, 35 points below the cut line. McDowell was before the start of this race, and he's already picked up at least, I think, 10 stage points. So he is definitely going to, and he's also on pace to get like a top 5 result, maybe even a top 3. And Suarez has been nowhere near the top 15 even. So he is definitely going to be really close to the cut line after this race. And Bubba Wallace, the other driver above the cut line, he came to the race 27 points above the cut line. And Wallace has always struggled at road courses historically, and he's not really cracked the top 20 hardly at all today either. Ryan Blaney having a weekend to forget after that speeding penalty. I mean, the 12 car's been slow regardless. He's barely even running inside of the top 30 right now. Well, Blaney came to the day as the regular season points leader. Didn't realize that. Had 13 points on William Byron, and he's probably definitely losing that points lead after today. Byron scored some decent stage points. Harvick was 3rd in the regular season points. Truex was 4th in the regular season points. I think Truex is probably going to be a regular season points leader after today, but how about that? We got 5 drivers within 30 points of the lead for the points right now, and we have 8 drivers within a full race worth of points of the leader. Wow, that's pretty incredible. Oh boy. Yeah, Larson just not able. It's so hard to pass. He's not able to make passes right now, and that's what you have to do to be able to win. You got to be able to get by your opponents, especially if you're going to bottle it in qualifying. If they did, I bet you if Larson was able to get a good qualifying lap in and start on the top 3, he'd probably be one of the leading cars right now. But because had a bad qualifying run, that really took him out of contention from the start. McDowell looking to the inside of Byron. That's for 5th place on the racetrack, and he's got him. So, in terms of the guys on McDowell's cycle of tires, he is 2nd. But he's currently 5th overall. Ross Chastain really leaning on Joey Logano right now as they go through the S's. These guys have been having a good back-and-forth fight for quite some time. Kyle Busch, meanwhile, further ahead by 1.7 seconds. And looking at the lap times, last time by, Busch ran 80.6, or Chastain ran 80.5, Logano 80.9, Truex ran 80.3, McDowell ran 80.9, Byron 80.5, so Kyle Busch is not running really any lightning fast laps right now. Chastain looking to the inside of Logano, up the hill, and there you go, Ross Chastain up into the 2nd position. Oh, but Chastain slides down into turn 2 off an exit, and he's going to give it right back to Logano, and he might just receive it from Martin Truex Jr. as they go up the hill into turn 4. Truex is, he can smell the blood from this 1 in 22 car. He is ready to strike. Here we go. This is heading down now into turn 6, and he's going to pull out. Chastain's going to pull out, but it's going to be too late, not able to block the 19. They're going to be side by side. Now the one will have better drive off and hold on to the spot for now. Further back, McDowell in 5th. He's loving this battle lane ahead of him because that's allowing for him to catch back up to Truex. And Truex now going to make a move to the inside of Chastain into turn 11. Chastain gives him plenty of room, and Truex able to get the power down faster, and he's got him through turn 12. Truex up to 3rd. Oh, boy. Thanks, everybody watching right now. Just kind of waiting for basically, this race kind of goes out pretty simple, I'd imagine. I don't think you'll see anybody split the second stage into thirds. I don't think there's enough tire fall off to merit that. I mean, a caution obviously changes everything, but right now I'd just say everybody will probably pit with 20. Split this final stage in half, so pit with probably about 25 to 30 laps to go. You might see a couple people come earlier once we get into the window, so maybe with 35 to go, so that way they can maybe try and short pit to the absolute max. You might see some people run as long as they possibly can and hope for a caution. Some people might run till 15 to go. We'll see. All right. So we got Chastain, who's been pulling on Logano. So Truex is able to make quick work with Logano, and now he's just got 2.7 seconds to Kyle Busch. Look out for the 19 car. McDowell is there if the 19 makes a mistake, but we haven't seen the 19 make a mistake yet. Oh, boy. Like, even if we see a caution right now, I feel like there's just nobody that can touch Truex. And, I mean, the Hendrick cars cannot pass for their lives. They're running some of the fastest lap times when they're in clean air, but have no ability to make him pass. Thanks for everybody watching right now. So now we are down to 45 laps to go in this one. Oh, Austin Dillon's been around. See if we can get it refired. Oh, it's in turn 11, and there have been quite a few tires that have been banged around, it looks like. He's got the 3 refired now in turn 11, and he's got it rolling again. But he has lost all of his track position. Oh, Ty Gibbs dumping Austin Dillon. Oh, yeah. Oh. Yeah, that was not Ty Gibbs pinning Austin Dillon. That was Austin Dillon just missing the turn 11 massively, trying to save it, and basically just crashing himself off the nose of the 54. I mean, Ty Gibbs could have cut him a break, but that's more so Austin Dillon making a mistake. Oh boy, look out for Martin Truex Jr. He is just stalking his prey right now. Hold on just a second. Trying to keep tabs on what like the points are looking like after this race. In terms of who's running well, how that'll jumble up the points in certain ways. Oh boy, Busch really pushing it there off of turn 10. He knows that 19 car is on the move right now. Oh boy, the 8 just sliding it there. And with 1 second, the gap now between your top two, it's just a matter of time before Truex can get out there to the lead. McDowell, meanwhile, catching up to Logano for third place. Allmendinger back into the top 10, trying to get by Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Right now, I don't know. I'm just, things are feeling a little dry. I can't lie. They've stagnated for certain. Oh, here we are, yeah. Truex has caught Kyle Busch now as we are going into turn 11. He is there. He is on his bumper. Okay, at the top of the hill, the Truex is there. I mean, Kyle Busch, he's got 5 laps more on his tires, I think. He's already pushing them to the limit. They're screaming. He's sliding them all over the place. And Truex has been the fastest car all day. And into turn 7. Oh, shoot. Have I been messing these up the whole time? Into turn 7. We have uphills turn 1, turn 2, turn 3, turn 4, turn 5. I'm going to see how they did they got the turn map up on the track. Oh, well. Oh, he's on 10 lap fresher tires than Kyle Busch right now. So, wow, that's a pretty big difference. Okay. So the Truex, yeah, it looks like, yeah, they're saying on the broadcast, he makes up quite a bit of time down the front chute, kind of where the start-finish line is. So you got turn 2, turn 3, turn 3. So that's turn 4 is at the top of the hill, I think. Okay, and then that's turn 4. Oh, and then do we just leapfrog from turn 4 to turn 7? That's what they do. I don't understand. Oh, Truex there on the inside of Busch into turn 7. It almost looked like Busch let him go. Yeah. Kyle Busch definitely let him go right there. And now Truex already setting sail by half a second before they even get back down to turn 11. Wow. That's a fast car. Further back, McDowell finally trying to get by McDowell for third. Oh boy, oh boy. I can't lie, I am just starting to run out of energy right now. Oh boy. Okay, so with Martin Truex Jr. getting by Kyle Busch for the lead, it seems like that's the final nail in the coffin for the rest of the field. I mean, that 19 car has just been untouchable unless they have a bad pit stop or something, which you don't know. It could happen. So Truex out front by 1.2 seconds now. Logano in third, 3.1 seconds back, but he's all totally pressured by McDowell. Buescher in fifth, 5.1 seconds back. Chastain in sixth, 5.3 seconds back. Then Byron in seventh, 8 seconds off the lead. Bell in eighth, 9 seconds off the lead. Stenhouse 9.7 seconds off the lead in ninth. And in 10th, Allmendinger 10 seconds off the lead. Hey guys, we have in the rugby third place in the state of New York. We got the state, not state champion. What? That's what. That's not, I don't know how else to say it. The state third place in the state at rugby here. The bro, you're not even in the camera shot 'cause you're standing up, but all they can see is the hardware, which is all that matters. And the broken nose. Apparently, the hardware's not even in the shot. There, now the hardware's kind of in the shot. Got the bronze medal. Actually, it's kind of got a little weight to it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Little bronze. Yeah. $200 with the bronze right here. Oh yeah, right. Thanks to everybody watching. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. All last 24 hours. I know you're tired too. Thanks to everybody watching right now. Just hold on for another second. That's cool. Okay, 38 laps to go. McDowell pressing Logano into turn 11. And is he finally going to get the pass here? It looks like he's got him up the inside. Logano going to go way wide, maybe looking for the crossover. Not going to get there. McDowell up to third. Look out for that Love's machine. Yeah. Here. And pit stops have begun. Bell into pit, as well as Bowman. What? He lost his Xbox, his PS controller as well. All right. So I would imagine everybody here just going to, if I was Kyle Busch, I would come in right away. I mean, even if I was Truex, I would possibly come in here. Or no, I would run it a little longer if I'm Truex. They are like just getting into the window with 37 to go. I don't know. If I'm Truex, I would just run it a bit longer. There's really no desperate need for you to come in and pit right now. Unless Busch pits. If Busch pits, then maybe I come in just to make sure I cover him off. But almost if I'm anybody except Truex, I might be coming in just so that way I can short pit Truex. Oh, Buescher putting a lot of pressure on Logano into turn 11. Right on his bumper. Logano and Chastain starting to get shuffled back. Byron into pit from 7th. Hamlin into pit. Larson into pit. And I think this is like the only strategy you can throw at it right now if you're just trying to do a short pit. Short pit is like the only strategy call we've seen be somewhat working this thing. Thanks everybody watching. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe if you have not already. Closing in on 3,500 subscribers. We are just 17 away. And yeah, if you pit in right now, yeah, you still have one more set of tires in the pits if you want to come back down pit road in the instance of a caution. Harvick up on the bumper of AJ Allmendinger for 8th place right now. As we come back down, Logano will hit pit road this time from 4th. Chastain will hit pit road from 6th, but those guys, they had run a bit longer on their set of tires than everybody else in the top 10. So not too surprised by that. Stenhouse also into pit, as well as Ryan Preece. Ryan Preece having a good run. Truex, I think if I'm Truex, though, I just keep running this thing. I mean, he is lights out on pace right here. Because all these people that are short pitting it, I mean, they are just in the window for fuel. Not that they're risking running out of fuel, but their tires are going to be dead by the time we get to the finish of this race. Whereas if Truex can just chill for another 5-10 laps, he might lose a spot or two, but he'll be so much faster when he finally gets back out on the track. You got Busch, McDowell. Busch is 3 seconds off Truex. McDowell's 5 seconds off. Buescher 6 seconds. And now here comes Truex. And so does Busch. Now McDowell and Chris Buescher will both stay out. We'll see. They got to have a smooth stop here for the 19. And it looks like everything's going to go smooth. Now we'll see who's going to run long here. And try and see what happens. Maybe they're hoping for a caution. I don't really know. Maybe they're going to come next time by. Right now, this race getting a little interesting here in the middle of pit stops. So, did Truex, where is he going to merge out? He is... So, Truex will merge out, and he is still ahead of everybody that has pitted for tires. Oh, Buescher and McDowell both come into pit from the top 2 spots. Now that leaves Elliott out there. We'll see if Elliott hits pit road. Yeah, I don't see many people that are just going to try and run this out and hope for a caution. We'll see if anybody tries that strategy. And Buescher and McDowell away, and looks like Buescher might be able to beat McDowell out on pit road. That's a pass for position. He's not going to be able to beat him out, it looks like, but makes up some serious time on him. Now it's Elliott, Harvick, Gibbs, Reddick, Suarez, Wallace are some of the guys that have not pitted yet. Bilicki. I think those are the only guys that have not pitted. Well, we got Melee out here as your leaders are trying to merge back out onto the racetrack. Chastain, Byron all boxed in behind the slower 43 of Eric Jones, who has not pitted yet. And they're all diving down here into turn 4. Byron up on the inside of Jones. Jones in the middle of 3 wide. Oh, boy, that was really close. We're finally having good racing, and they are going like, oh, commercial. And this actually might be one of the worst broadcasts I've watched in a while. I mean, the race is not great. This is actually, I mean, this is very dull, at least for me right now. Oh boy. So green flag pit stop still cycling through. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm just looking at Twitter and people are raging about this race right now. Just F1 is miles. I see somebody F1 is miles ahead of IndyCar and NASCAR when it comes to the TV perspective. When it comes to the commercial breaks, you got NASCAR chucking the commercial breaks every couple of laps, so you can't follow along with battles. You're going to come back, and there's a whole new group of people that you're got all of a sudden keep track of. It's so much more engaging, the commentary and the broadcast itself, the graphics, and with Formula One. I mean, keeping tabs on this. We'll see. I'm trying to keep tabs on the distance from McDowell to Truex. So I think at least at this point, I think, believe it or not, McDowell might be the only guy we can hope on to beat Truex. Almost like Almirola all of a sudden to beat Larson yesterday. True underdogs right there. Oh boy. All right. Keep it tabs. Still under this commercial. I mean, we have no idea what's going on. Still under commercial. Looking back at the leaderboard. Hopefully. Okay, the leaderboard. So Elliott, Harvick, Reddick, Suarez have not pitted yet, as well as Bubba Wallace. And that's about it. Going to be 31 laps to go this time by at the line. Truex is the man to beat right now. He's got about 2 seconds, actually 3 seconds over the next guy on his strategy. It's Kyle Busch in 7th and about, 5 seconds on Logano, 5 seconds on Bell, maybe 6 seconds on McDowell. I think McDowell is the guy I'm watching, though, obviously as an underdog, but he actually has some real legit pace. Chase Elliott, Harvick, Reddick, yeah, these guys, Suarez, Wallace, Blaney, they're just running long, hoping for a caution. There's really nothing they can do at this point. If there is a caution, everybody probably would pit now that they've put at least 5 laps on their tires. So the tire fall off's already picking up. And Truex just pulling on Reddick right now. Oh, boy. Oh, Elliott and Harvick both coming to pit. Is Reddick also going to pit? We'll see. I mean, he's going to be passed by Truex no matter what. Reddick does stay out with, I think, Suarez. But Truex is gotten by Reddick. So Truex back to the lead with 31 laps to go now. Mm. Oh, boy. This race is really not delivering. Really not delivering. I'm interested to see where it goes from here, but I'm interested to see what people are saying about this race. Boy, oh boy, this race is laid an egg. I mean, the 24-hour Le Mans, where you had 2 minutes apart from first and second, was more entertaining than this. So Reddick in second, he still has to pit. So does Suarez and Wallace that are in 7th and 8th. Blaney in 17th. Then it'll be Busch second, Logano third, Bell fourth, McDowell in fifth. But Logano, Bell, and McDowell all running nose to tail through turn 11 right now. Suarez, Reddick, and Wallace all pit with 30 laps to go. So I think Blaney, once Blaney hits pit road, that means pit stops will have fully cycled through. I think the only saving grace for Kyle Busch, Joey Logano, Christopher Bell might be if Martin Truex Jr. catches some lap traffic. We'll see. Yeah, right now, Grant Enfinger, Austin Dillon. Well, besides them two, it's actually pretty far to lap traffic. We'll see. Oh, boy. Well, undercut for Larson moved them up to 10th, and Chase Elliott with the overcut, if you will. He's back in 16th, but he does have fresher tires. We'll see if he ends up netting a gain or a loss from this. Oh, look at that. Chris Buescher, top 10 in the last 6 road course races. That's the longest active streak. Looking to make it 7 right now as he runs in 6th. And McDowell has gotten by Bell. That's for 4th. Now he's trying to get by Logano for 3rd. He's about 6 seconds off your leader, Truex, right now. And we are another commercial, even though it's side by side. I mean, this has been like insane the way that these commercials are going. I really hope somebody finds a stat. It seems like more than ever. Yeah, this race is already, we're already into the final stint, if you will. Only been 2 hours. It's Truex's race to lose currently. Oh, boy. Man, this race has been brutal. Hey, McDowell's gotten by Logano. That's for 3rd. Number 17 commercial in this race. My goodness. Yeah, they're doing a commercial literally every 5 laps, or that's like every 7 minutes. Yeah, at this point, it's going to be hard for them to find a caution because, oh man, it's going to take somebody getting dumped and going offline, getting stuck, or somebody wrecking it on their own. EJ, how are you doing? Larson in 10th. I don't know, just that poor qualifying run took them out of contention from the get-go. McDowell's lap times are pretty similar to Truex's right now, but look at last time by. Yeah, it was only like half a tenth slower, but he is going to have to get by Kyle Busch before he can go chase down Truex. Or attempt to chase down Truex. Like I said, lap traffic could make it interesting for him. We're halfway. If this thing goes green from the last restart to the finish, we are currently halfway through that run. And at the rate at which they might be able to put some guys a lap down, they would catch about 8 or 9 cars to put them a lap down before the end of the race, theoretically. Buescher gets by Bell. That's for 5th place. He continues to have his good run. Oh boy. Just trying to keep tabs. It's so hard to pass today. I think that's been another problem. I mean, you got to give somebody an arm and a leg to get around him. Some people that say are having solid runs right now. Ryan Preece in 14th. That's a decent result for them. Stenhouse P11. I'd say that's good, but like that's where they've been running consistently now. So I wouldn't even say that's really above the norm. Buescher, obviously top 5. He's historically been really solid on road courses recently, so not too surprised by that, but it's a really good run nonetheless, just giving him even a bigger cushion over the cut line. And McDowell especially, if he's able to finish this thing off with a 3rd place or 2nd place finish, he might just come out of this race up like above the cut line in terms of the playoff picture, or right on the cut line. Thanks to everybody watching right now, man. I mean, in terms of a caution, I think that's the only. I think please give us a caution, NASCAR, somewhere. Earlier I didn't want one, but at this point I'm like, Truex is just going to set sail. And at this rate, Grant Infinger will be going a lap down to the leaders here pretty soon. I wonder if there's like that. Let me see if they got that like track map with all the little circles on it, because that was honestly really handy to have to see what the spacing is between certain cars. I mean, you can see it on the time, but not quite the same as really being able to see the distance on the racetrack. Don't see anything on there right now. Okay, currently as they run with stage points factored in. So now Alex Bowman is into the playoff picture, and he has an 8-point cushion on Daniel Suarez and a 12-point cushion on Michael McDowell, where McDowell came into this race 35 points below the cut line. Now it'll be only 12 below the cut line. So that's a pretty big swing. Buescher, continuing to have a good run. He is getting all over Logano for 4th place right now. AJ Allmendinger has moved up into the top 20 points with how he's running right now. Austin Cindric's dropped back to 22nd in points as he continues kind of his miserable runs. Chase Elliott down in 27th in points after missing, half the races right now, I feel like, at this point in the year. Ty Dillon up in 30. I'm totally blanking. I don't even know what I'm saying. Just ignore whatever I said. Josh Bilicki with a 78. Live Fast up in 28th overall. I mean, it's actually like somewhat competitive. I mean, these road courses tend to be a bit of an equalizer 28th really isn't anything too impressive, but, I mean, they're running up there with, Eric Jones ahead of Austin Cindric. I mean, they're beating some Penske cars. Ty Dillon up in 26. The 77 is usually pretty slow most weekends, and I don't think that's really Ty Dillon as much as that car is just really, not a lot of money going into that team. And so P26 for the 77, P28 for the 78. Those are both decent runs. If they could pick up a couple more spots, then they'd be great runs. Corey LaJoie in position to collect another top 20, just like he's been doing all season. Larson's gotten by Hamlin for ninth, so that's like the first pass I've seen him make on track. My goodness. Now he's trying to get by his teammate Byron to be the highest running Hendrick car. 22 laps to go in this race. The gap from first to second kind of stabilized. Busch keeping it at about 3.5 seconds or so. Same with McDowell, keeping it under 7 seconds. Buescher actually, I think, has been the fastest car on the racetrack recently. Last time by, Truex ran 81.1, Busch ran 80.5, McDowell 80.8, Buescher ran 80.6. But also, he just put Grant Enfinger a lap down this past lap, so that might be able to slow him down a bit. It's a little bit till he catches up to Austin Dillon, Ryan Blaney, Harrison Burton, but he probably is going to catch him before the end of the race at this current pace. Like last time by, Dillon, Blaney, Burton all ran like 81s. And so they were about, I don't know, not that much slower actually than your leaders. They'll most likely catch him before the end of the race, I should say. So not that they certainly will, but most likely. Larson closing in on the back of William Byron. And last time by, once again, Truex, a decent bounce slower than the guys behind him, ran 81.14. Kyle Busch was 0.3 quicker, as well as McDowell. And Chris Buescher was 0.5 quicker, or actually 0.6 quicker than your leader. Problem for Buescher is he's back in fourth, 7 seconds back, and he has to pass 2 cars and make up 7 seconds to catch up to Truex, which is tall order right there. Thanks to everybody watching right now. Whew. Hey, Corey LaJoie got by Chase Briscoe. That's for 19th. Josh Bilicki getting by Todd Gillen. That's for 27th. Oh, boy. 20 laps to go. Actually, 19 to go as the laps are ticking down right now. We got 15 people in here right now. I appreciate it. Drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. 20 to go. Eric Almirola has not been able to convert his win yesterday into a good run today. Tough break for that team. I would say tough break, but just kind of why a lot of people think Almirola might end up retiring this season, even though he is under contract through next year. There is a rumor that Almirola might retire still at the end of this season. With another lap in the books. Hey, we got a caution. Woo! Don't know what for yet because the leaderboard's a little bit ahead of us. But I hope it's not too much of a joke caution. Oh, Stenhouse just dropped a spot. Maybe. Okay, I'm looking. It better not be just a phantom debris caution. That's really rough. Somebody better at least spun it maybe into the barrier somewhere. Oh, looking around. $20 to go. Truex, Busch, McDowell, Buescher, Logano are top 5. And Larson's gotten by Byron. That's for 8th. Hey, he's making up a couple spots. That's good. That's good. Oh, wait. Does NBC take over next week? I didn't even realize that. We go to NBC next week. So hopefully it's better than Fox. Oh, we got a spinner on the front straightaway. And some heavy damage to the 11 car. And that will be... Oh, and he's got the broken toe. And that is... Yeah, that's a caution right there. I mean, they could have gotten away with it not being a caution, but that 11 is very beat up. Left rear toe link is killed. He was running in 10th at the time. Or right rear toe link is killed. And there's honestly a lot broken there. I think, oh, maybe he just swung out and hit the right rear. Didn't maybe coming into turn 12. He's already in the wall. Yeah, he just got it on his own, it looks like. We'll have to see. He just slides out and hits the wall there. Alpha turn 12. Hits that outside wall coming to the start line. I mean, they really don't have a replay of what caused it. Yeah, then he hits the right sides again, sliding across the track, busting up the toe link on the right rear and probably the right front. I mean, that car is all beat up now. Okay, we'll see what happens with this. So now things are going to get shaked up. And with 18 to go, do you dare stay out? I mean, I just don't know. Yeah, dang, this caution came out too early, to be honest. I mean, I'm glad we got a caution, but it came out too early for there to be really big strategy changes. With 17 to go right now, they'll pit with 17 to go. They'll cycle around, have one more pace lap, so it'll be 16 to go. We'll get restarted with 15 laps to go, most likely. Possibly 14 to go if it's a long caution for some reason. Yeah, you can't last 14 laps unless we get another quick caution or two, which you could suspect, but Hamlin limps that car back to his pit box, and they are going to look at doing some repairs. The man that started on pole led the first 33 laps, won stage 1, got good points, I think, in stage 2. Actually, no, didn't get good points in stage 2, I'm pretty sure, but at least he got that stage win. That'll be some points and a playoff point, at least. But, yeah, he is probably most likely going to finish last. The free pass will be Grant Enfinger. Yeah, this moves LaJoy up to P18, so now that's a if they come home with the top 15, that's a really solid result for them. Ty Dillon and Josh Bilicki about to be into the top 25. That could be good results for those teams. So I can't quite tell if Truex is saying they're going to stay out or not. I don't know. I just don't know if you can stay. I mean, somebody's going to stay out, I feel like, but I'm not sure. I mean, with the amount of tire fall off we're seeing, 3 seconds to stay out in the last 15 laps, I mean, you're going to theoretically give up at least like 20, 30 seconds naturally just from your tire difference. And Truex will pit. Is anybody going to bail? Everybody at the front's pitting. Yeah, Chase Elliott will stay out, and he will bring Tyler Reddick with him. It's hard to tell if anybody else is going to stay out besides those two. Oh, we got the 77 stopped in the middle of pit road there for a second. Maybe was unable to get into his pit stall. I don't know. I think he's moved again. Yeah. In terms of the race off of pit road, Truex, Kyle Busch. Larson picks up 2 spots. Let's go. Allmendinger picks up 2 spots. Some people lost spots, but I'm not sure who dropped. Oh, McDowell with a bad stop. Ugh. He's dropped from 3rd to 11th. So that's a costly mistake there. So Chase Elliott, Tyler Reddick, Ryan Blaney, the only drivers to stay out, I think. Or no, maybe AJ Allmendinger as well. Oh, no, maybe. I think actually there might have been a handful that stayed out. Maybe 7 or 8. We'll see. The leaderboard's kind of glitched up. It's not giving me the best indicator. Thanks to everybody watching right now. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe if you have not already. All right. So here we are. Okay, I think it's gonna be Chastain, Elliott, Allmendinger. No, Chastain didn't stay out though. I don't think. Okay, we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, Chastain did not stay out. I'm pretty certain. So we don't have an update on who stayed out exactly yet. All right. I was looking through here. Anybody have a good idea of who stayed out? And okay, I don't think anybody out there has really figured out who stayed out yet even. Thanks to everybody watching right now. So here we are, closing in on the end of this race. This late race, Austin Brown outdied Denny Hamlin to spice things up. Now we'll see. With Hamlin crashed out, we'll update the poll. Okay, so 3 guys stayed out. Elliott, Reddick, Blaney. Start a new poll. Who wins? Who wins at Sonoma? And with the updated poll, we'll put in Elliott as he leads the guys that stayed out. And then first people on tires, Truex. I mean, he has been the man to beat all day. Wow, turn 11. Wow, they got to go like some security footage to figure out what the Hamlin did. But yeah, Hamlin just clips the inside wall in turn 11 and shoots him out. And he's now kind of a passenger and just hits the outside wall. And that busts the tail links and kills the car. Okay, here we go. Here we come to the choose cone. Elliott first. He will choose the inside. Reddick will go outside. Blaney goes inside. Truex goes outside. Busch goes inside. Busher goes outside. Logano goes inside. Chastain goes outside. And Larson will also go outside. It's kind of tricky because it's the outside for turn 1, but then you have the preferred line or the inside for turn 2 if you're able to keep that line. So if you can stay side by side with your neighbor up the hill, you're probably going to actually make up that spot. But also, the inside line in turn 2, or really the outside line on the choose cone, has more potential to get stacked up going up the hill. Now here we go. The pace car will pull off into the Geico restart zone. 15 to go. The top three stayed out on old tires. Elliott, Reddick, and Blaney. Then Truex, who's dominated the race, will roll off the second car on the outside line. Here they come into the Geico restart zone. We are racing again at Sonoma in the Toyota Save Mart 350. Elliott with a good restart as they go up the hill into turn 2. Elliott's already clear of Reddick. And now they're going to stack up at the top of the hill. Some people sliding wide. So far, it looks pretty clean. Elliott now clear of Reddick. Reddick was almost able to get alongside of him into turn 3. Now up the hill. And as they're shooting down into turn 4, whoa, that was really tight. Kyle Busch pulling off a crossover. That caused a bit of a log jam behind him. He knows he has to stay within striking distance of that 19 car. And now everybody is going to fan out as Truex is up into second place. Here comes Kyle Busch looking on the inside of Reddick into turn 7. That's a bold move under braking. And now they have to try and get it single file before they get into the S's. Everybody chucking it in there, trying to make a spot up here and there. Oh boy, they're just able to make it through somewhat cleanly here. But Busch able to get up to third and stay within distance of Truex. But how long can Elliott hold him off on old tires? And now here we come down into the turn 11 braking zone. Logano looking for a dive bomb. Oh, contact between Allmendinger to the back of Chastain, and they're just bumping all throughout the field. So now it's Elliott, Truex, Busch, Reddick, Logano, your top 5 after one lap back to green. Elliott, Reddick, and Blaney, that all stayed out. They're still inside of the top 6, so the strategy's working out okay for now. And Truex now he's on the bumper of the 9 as they get up to the highest point on the racetrack and shoot their way down to turn 4. Truex looking to the inside. Thought about it. Does not make the move there. Hey, he's got him into turn 7 here. He's got him easy under braking. The 9 can't do a dang thing. Further back, the 22 throwing it in on the 45, and the 45 washes out and misses the turn. Oh, Chase Elliott able to stay close there, at least entering the S's. And now Truex driving away. Kyle Busch, he's got to keep it close with his old teammate, Martin Truex Jr. And as we come back down into turn 11, Kyle Busch into the inside of Elliott, and he has got the spot. Oh, further back, Logano going wide. Reddick going wide as well. Big time Reddick going to lose a ton of spots. He didn't pick. Oh, Reddick's got a problem. And is he going to get hit from behind there? Everybody's trying to avoid him. Oh, boy. This could be a caution. The 45 is... Oh. 45, instead of having to drive all the way back around the racetrack, shorts cuts the track. Yeah, smart move by Reddick after blowing the left front out, and instead of trying to drag it all the way around the racetrack, kind of just shortcutted it back through that, just basically parking lot where turn 11 is, and went back around to pit entry. And that's all because, well, I think he might have had a flat from something else, but he got booted out of the way by Blaney, and Almirola goes for a spin. The winner yesterday goes for a spin in turn 7. And now, how about that? Kyle Busch close to Martin Truex Jr. in turn 11. What is this? We'll have to see about this. I thought Truex was going to be able to just drive away. Now he is driving away off of turn 11. That's, I think, the 19 strong zone is off turn 11. That's where he's been making up quite a bit of time. $12 to go. Still a lot of time left in this race. Kyle Busch trying to push the issue here. Find a way by Martin Truex Jr. Just up the road from these guys is the 45 at Tyler Reddick, who came to pit road to get some new tires on his vehicle after having those flats in turn 11. So that could be interesting if Reddick is trying to put some payback to the 12 here. Oh, we got the 78 around in turn 7. Ah, tough break for Josh Bulicki. I just mentioned him in the run he was having prior to that. Further back, Chase Elliott still holding strong in third. Logano thinking about making a move to the inside of the 9 there. Too far back that time. Reddick has merged back out ahead of Ryan Blaney. Honestly, I don't think Ryan Blaney's going to catch Reddick unless Reddick lets him get up to him, because Reddick's got fresh tires now where Blaney's on old tires. Now the pandemonium really starting to pick up. Everybody willing to give somebody a bump right now. Ryan Preece up to 14th. He's had a solid run inside the top 15 here, I'd say, most of the day. Now Logano has caught up to Elliott, still trying to find a way by him, though. Oh, we got Jones spun at the top of the hill. A lot of gravel up in the air, and he is stuck. Hopefully nobody runs into him. Everybody's going to make it by. And is he able to get going here? I don't know. No, the engine dead on the 43. He's just trying to refire it right now at the top of the hill. Trying to keep tabs on anybody moving up, gaining positions near the front of the field. I mean, right now, people are just getting dumped left and right back in the pack. Everybody trying to pick up the scraps right now. 10 to go. And right now, Truex starting to put a little bit more distance between him and Kyle Busch to lead up to 0.8 of a second now. And Eric Jones has got it refired. Oh my gosh. How are we having a commercial break at this point? We've had so many earlier on. Oh boy, how about one of the biggest letdowns of this race, though? Daniel Suarez. After coming back to the track where he got his first win at a year ago, has run outside of the top 20 almost the whole race. And Logano has gotten by Elliott for third place. And speaking of the guys on who decided to stay out under the last caution, it was Elliott, Reddick, and Blaney. Reddick got pushed wide and blew a tire. And obviously he's now a lap down in 33rd, so things did not work out for him. Meanwhile, Elliott is still in 4th and Blaney in 5th. So I think they'll lose a couple more spots, but before this, Elliott was down in 16th and Blaney was outside the top 20. So this is most likely going to be a net gain for the 9 and the 12, but then again, a 45 was a loser. So just almost comes down to the luck of the draw, who you're racing around, how they race you. And Truex finally starting to pull away from Kyle Busch by a bigger margin here, with his lead now up to 1.27 seconds. Kyle Busch, I think, threw everything he had at him right after the restart. Oh, boy. Yeah, this race really starting to lose its thrill, if you will, down the stretch. I mean, Truex is just so dominant. Like Kyle Busch, we thought Kyle Busch had something for him there on the restart, but I mean, Truex is untouchable today, it seems like. Logano in 3rd having a good run. He honestly might catch up to Kyle Busch the way things are shaping up. Tyler Reddick on fresh tires might be able to unlap himself. And further back, Blaney starting to got pushed wide, I think, by Buescher there in turn 11. And Buescher's got him by him, and now Bell also trying to get by this 12 car as they go through turn 1 and up to turn 2. Yeah, I said for now, Blaney and Elliott still have had a net gain in positions by their strategy play. But as they fall further back into the pack, people are going to be less and less patient with them. Chris Buescher having a great run right now. Currently in the 5th position, and I bet he's going to get by Elliott and move up to 4th before this thing's all said and done. Keeping his top 10 streak alive. Oh boy. Whoa. Bell looking to the inside of Blaney. Not able to make the pass or into turn 11. Why are we just showing random single car shots of somebody that is like a second and a half off the leader instead of the actual battle? Like, okay, now we're going to cut to Bell going by Blaney, but not till he's already passed him. I just don't understand it. Now we're going to follow him where there is no passing zones. And then we finally get back to the passing zones. They're going to cut the camera. Here comes Allmendinger up into turn 1. Oh. Had to get on the brakes there. Also, Chastain has gotten around Larson using the chrome horn. He's up to 10th. And Tyler Reddick for that maneuver, they are going to get a pass through shortcutting the track. Oh, we got Blaney around, and there you go. There's another one on the old tires getting dumped, and it looks like Blaney will end up just breaking even with this strategy call. Actually, he still kind of gained positions as he's in 20th, and before he was running outside of the top 25, but he's probably going to lose a couple more as Austin Dillon's now riding the bumper. Oh, and it was Allmendinger just way diving in there, but then actually just a checkup, accordion effect between him, McDowell, and Allmendinger right there. Just victim of circumstance. Hey, Larson's gotten back by Chastain because of that checkup. So Larson's back up to 9th. And Elliott is going to have Christopher Bell and A.J. Allmendinger on his bumper here soon. Yeah, Allmendinger locked that thing up big time. Now Blaney's dropped back to 22nd. Trucks out front, but yeah. Trucks out front by 1.4 seconds over Kyle Busch. And oh, we got Blaney around again. Oh, he is definitely not happy, but today has been a day to forget for Ryan Blaney fans. Ran outside the top 25 and even outside the top 30 on raw pace for the majority of the day, and then finally pulled a strategy to move up into the top 5, and they've been dumped on back-to-back laps now. But Chase Briscoe, who dumped him, at least got some of it as he got helped into the dirt by Daniel Suarez. Mm-hmm. 31st, Ryan Blaney's dropped outside the top 30 now, once again at 31st, and Reddick will serve his paths through. And also right now with 5 laps to go, time's starting to run out. Martin Church Jr. looking to pick up his 4th win at Sonoma. Move him up to 2nd all-time in the all-times win list here. Got a 2.5 lead over Kyle Busch, so if he does make a slight slip-up, the 8 car will be there on his bumper. But he has dominated this race, leading 46 laps. Almost half the distance. Kyle Busch in 2nd, Logano back in 3rd, Buescher 4th, Elliott in 5th with the strategy call. So far working out for him, but that's what we were saying about Blaney and Reddick. Okay, Buscher's having a great run. I just want to see if Elliott's about to get run over by Bell, Allmendinger, McDowell, all those guys that are hungry for a good result. He has to win, basically. Or not, he doesn't have to win. He can. Chase Elliott's going to be under a lot of pressure from here to the finish with 4 to go. He's got the car starting to line up behind him. Some guys currently having good runs right now. Buscher in 4th, Allmendinger 7th. Not too surprised by that, but if anything, I might be a slight disappointment for some Allmendinger fans. McDowell 8th. Further back, Ryan Preece in 13th. That's a pretty decent result for them. You know, LaJoy picking up another top 20 in that, currently running 19th. Ty Dillon in 23rd. That's a decent run right now for the 77. The 51 car of Todd Gilliland in 24th. Thanks to everybody watching right now. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe. 3 laps to go. Martin Truex Jr. has dominated the day, and it looks like he's just about to close this one out. And Truex's lead is now up to 2 seconds over Kyle Busch, getting healthier and healthier each lap. Austin Dillon's gone by Corey LaJoy. That's for 19th. Right now, looks like the tires on the 9 car of Chase Elliott have kind of equaled out compared to everybody else. He's got a second lead over Christopher Bell. He does not want to give that up because as soon as the 20 gets to the bumper of that 9, he is going to give him a bumpity bump, and he might get freight trained through turn 11 or turn 7. And Allmendinger, Christopher Bell is going to get bumped out by Allmendinger, it looks like, based on the scoring monitor. It looks like Allmendinger's like had enough waiting behind him, and he's like, I'm going to go up there and chase down Elliott. If you're not. And right now, Justin Haley with the fastest lap of the race. What, in 21st? That's kind of surprising. But with the amount of tire fall off we've seen, it's not really how fast you are over the span of 1 lap with fresh tires. It's how is your car on the long run. Here we come. Oh, Kyle Busch pushing it hard. He gets in the gravel there through turn 11. And here we are. Through turn 10. But here we are through turn 11. And the white flag is out for Martin Truex Jr. MTJ has got 1 more lap to go around this 12-turn circuit. Looking to pick up his 2nd win of the season. The 19 car has been an unstoppable force. Denny Hamlin dominated stage 1, but the 19 was slowly working his way up from 8th to 2nd, and then quickly in stage 2 was able to overtake his teammate for the lead and has never looked back. Kyle Busch was able to challenge Martin Truex Jr. briefly throughout this race, gave him a run for his money on this last restart. But the 19 has just been consistently quick throughout this race on the short run and the long run. And Martin Truex Jr. works his way through turn 7 for the final time into the S's. He's got a 3-second lead to play with. A lot of guys thought Martin Truex Jr. was possibly in position to retire after last season after going winless in 2022. He had not won since 2020, the September of 2021. He picked up a win earlier this season at Dover, at a track that he's been consistently strong at, and at another track he's consistently good at, Sonoma. Here he comes to pick up his 4th career victory at Sonoma, his 5th on a road course. Martin Truex Jr. into the hairpin, turn 11 for the final time. He puts the accelerator down, And Martin Truex Jr. is a winner in Sonoma once again. Kyle Busch brings it home second. Another solid run for that 8 team. Good strategy call, put them in that position. Logano able to also kind of be on that same strategy benefit as the 8 car. A top 3 result for them. Chris Buescher with a great finish in 4th for that 17 car. Further back, all right, in 5th, we got Chase Elliott, who collects a top 5 in his first race back. After that suspension, Allmendinger a top 6. McDowell 7th, Larson 8th, Bell 9th, Ross Chastain collects a top 10. Kevin Harvick in 11th. Old man Harv, he's consistent, all right. Stenhouse, P12. Ryan Preece a top 15. That's solid. Byron and Bowman round out your top 15, so that puts all 400 cars inside of the top 15. And Truex is burning it down. Keselowski is P16. Bubba Wallace, P17. Gibbs was fast early on, but slowly faded throughout this race. Not going to be really too happy with the P18. Austin Dillon, 19th. Corey LaJoie rounds out your top 20. Justin Haley, 21st. Suarez definitely has to be disappointed with that. Started 9th, missed a shift on the opening lap, dropped 20 spots as a result, and just was never really able to bring it back into contention. I don't really think they had race-winning pace anyways. A really tough break for Suarez. Ty Dillon, a decent result in 23rd. Todd Gilliland in the 51, decent result in 24th. Cindric struggled all day. Honestly, was lucky to come away with the 25th place result in his NASCAR Cup Series debut, filling in for the injured Noah Gragson. Grant Enfinger brings it home 26th. Harrison Burton brings it home 27th. Eric Almirola got dumped late in the going, but honestly was not really showing the same pace he had yesterday in that Xfinity Series race when he won. Briscoe also went off track late. P29, Josh Bilicki at top 30. And the 78, Ryan Blaney, a day to forget, 31st. Jones got dumped late in the going, 32nd, as well as Reddick. 33rd, Zane Smith had a problem at one point. He's 34th. Lally, in his first Cup race in a long time, is the last car to finish in 35th. And then Denny Hamlin, the only DNF of the race, comes home 36th. Ladies and gents, thank to everybody watching. And with that, I'm going to sign it off. Thanks to everybody watching. I'm out. See ya.